Let me give you 6 reasons to choose a qualification with ACCA. You'll discover a world of opportunity. With 188,000 members and 480,000 students in 178 countries, you'll become part of a global network. You'll get a qualification that's recognized around the world. And you can tailor your studies for local law and tax to suit wherever you want to go. Employers trust ACCA. We have 110 years of experience, so employers trust us to deliver skilled professionals, which we do already to over 7,400 employers around the world. And we have ACCA Careers, giving you the career portal and the job board with thousands of vacancies waiting to be filled. Your automatic network. Once you become an ACCA member, you'll get access to thousands of finance professionals in our members' LinkedIn group, providing you with invaluable connections and potential mentoring opportunities. Or get involved through face-to-face networking events in your local area for students and members. And connect with fellow students through the virtual learning community. We're brilliantly flexible. Want to study full-time or fit your studies around work? No problem. Study on your own with one of our many approved learning partners, face-to-face with tutors, or choose a mix of all 3. Or you could use ACCAX and study online. You can even gain a BSc degree from Oxford Brookes University and a globally recognised MSc degree from the University of London at the same time. Our specialism options allow you to be expert in your chosen field. Quality control? Check. The materials you use and the people who teach you have to meet our high standards. And our approved learning partners, ALPs, that have been specially selected are regularly assessed. We're here to support you. We have masses of online material including study guides, past papers and inspirational articles from top people who were once just like you. We'll also work hard to make exams flexible and convenient. We're always thinking ahead, looking for fresh ways to help you. There's already 24/7 support and tips with the ACCA learning community. And if English isn't your first language, BPP University can provide you with tailored English language support. This is your opportunity to get the right skills and knowledge to build your career as a finance professional. Register today via our website.
可以这个有7个。就是乒乓球放里面，然后在后面再拉这样。哪里拉？不要。这边，要墨镜。
不要我踩你啊！
谢谢你，也求求你大大的赐福他们每一个人。
An important site here. This is the camp shop. This camp shop is not the one using for the engine.
A few moments later.
Not more than 5,000. Okay.
More moments later. Minutes later. A few moments later. Twenty minutes later. Five minutes later. A few moments later.
attempts passed SPM with flying colors.
Salam sejahtera dan selamat pagi. Saya Isabella Maria, bekas pelajar sekolah SMK luar dari Miri. Kata-kata mutiara saya untuk adik-adik tingkatan 5 tahun ini, orang akan bijak belajar ketika mereka dapat. Orang akan bodoh belajar ketika mereka terpaksa. Bermaksud tiada yang mustahil ketika kamu berusaha. Saya yakin adik-adik tingkatan 5 tahun ini akan teruskan usaha dan yakin pada diri sendiri. Marilah menyertai e-books SPM sekarang. Scan dan daftar e-books SPM menggunakan QR Code. Ini percuma untuk meningkatkan tahap keyakinan SPM anda sekarang. Semakan e-books SPM, buat saja. Jom.
Good day to all the students who are taking SPM this year. My name is Forrest Chia, and I graduated from the school RISS in the year 2021. I would like to give a small message to all the students who are taking SPM this year. May all your efforts, hard work, and perseverance be well rewarded. Believe in yourself and face the challenges with confidence. Wishing you all the best and hope to see you pass with flying colors. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Students, teachers, principal, and our beloved speakers of the day and moderator. Good afternoon, everyone. We still have 3 minutes more, then we will start our e-books physics workshop today. Okay. Quickly, you have any friends who haven't joined in? Okay. Quickly text them, call them up. Okay. Ask them to join in now. We are almost begin. Okay. Our workshop today. Hello. I am the co-host of the day. All right, my name is Madam Lina. You can call me Auntie Lina. I am the senior counselor, the course counselor from RIAMTEC here. Nice to meet you all. Okay, thanks to the technology, we are able to see you. So many students. Okay, so many students in this room. Currently we have 200 plus, okay, 200 plus of students in this room, such a big classroom, just like in the hall like that. All right, okay, so yeah, what time is it now? Well, 2 minutes more. Okay, we are about to start. Okay, so this workshop will be live. Okay, it's actually live already. Okay, at our YouTube channel. Okay, RIAMTEC YouTube channel. All right. Okay, so now I would like to introduce the moderator of the day. Okay, Dr. Sim. Okay, we have Dr. Sim to be with us today. Yes, he is very excited, okay, to be the moderator, okay, to say hi, and then to all the students there, okay, to all our juniors there, right? Who is he? Okay, Dr. Sim, he is our engineering, I think he was engineering or physics graduates. Okay, he is Dr. Sim. Okay, he was he majored in physics, right? Okay, but he is teaching in School of Occupational Health and Safety. Okay, he is one of our lecturers. Okay, teaching this occupational health and safety. All right, so for those of you, if you want to become or you want to study occupational health and safety, he definitely will be one of the lecturers, okay, teaching you. Okay, right? So we are so glad that we have Dr. Sim here with us. Okay, so shall we start? Are you guys ready? Okay, I can't see your reaction there, but feel free to play around with the reactions. Okay, give a little bit of reaction. You can feel free to interact. Okay, congratulations to all of you, right? You managed to join in this Zoom session with us. So yeah, this is very limited. Okay, but you congratulations, you come in, you manage this more this afternoon. Okay, so you can enjoy the direct interaction with the moderator, and the most importantly, you can get the first and direct hot interaction with the speaker. Okay, Mr. Leong, Cikgu Leong. Okay, right, so now I would like to pass this floor to Dr. Sim. Dr. Sim, over to you now.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? I'm not too sure about the audio.
Yes,
Can I?
loud
All
and
right.
clear.
Okay, so thank you very much for the warm welcome, Miss Lina. Right. Okay, I'm excited to be here. So, okay, hello and welcome to all the students to the eBoost SPM Revision Workshop, hosted by the Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia and RIAM Institute of Technology. Right. So I'm your moderator of the day, and today's class will be focused on physics class. So, hey, me as a moderator, and I'll be assisting Cikgu Leong, who are the teacher of the day, to moderate on the virtual class. So, students, if you have any questions, right, okay, that you would like to ask, feel free to type any questions, okay, that you would like to ask into the chat here. If you are in the Zoom app, you can just type anything, okay, just ask any questions regarding to physics, and I'll be helping you to bring up the questions to Cikgu Leong. So, introduction to our Cikgu of the day, okay, Cikgu Leong Siew from SMK Tinggi Sarikek. He's a caring and a talented educator since 2008, okay, and he's a certified Bachelor of Science in Education. Right? So, in his career, okay, he was awarded with the AKKM Anugerahas Ketua Menteri in 2018, as well as the Guru Cemerlang Award for Physics. Yeah, a lot of work, already. So he also published 18, bukan sikit it's a lot, 18 workbooks, as well as SPM model papers in physics and science subject. So if you have any questions, he's the guy that you need to ask to, right? Okay. So students, grab your pen, paper, as well as your calculator. Okay. Listen carefully and learn from this Cikgu. Okay. And now I'd like to pass the class to Cikgu Leong. Okay, Cikgu Leong, please. Cikgu Leong, I think you're unmuted. You're muted.
Okay, can you hear me now? Yes or no?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Sorry for that. Then just now I saw that I was not allowed to on my own mic. That's why I need a little bit of time, a little bit of time to adjust it. So thank you for to open the mic for me. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Mm, I think I want to continue with this. All right. See my screen. See my screen.
Yes.
Yes. For this afternoon. Big thanks to Lina for helping this program. All right. I want to start this workshop today. All right. Let us begin like this. All right. We go to the next slide. I'm waiting for the next slide to appear there. So can a student get A plus or A minus with 16 marks to 39 marks in Form 4? Right. You can do that. You can achieve it. You can do it if you use the correct technique of learning skill, the effective learning skill. Okay, for example, I have G9 students in Form 4. For example, in SPM 2007-19, right? I have this student. All right. He's Siew. In AR1 in Form 4, he gets 30 marks. He gets 30 marks. And finally, and then another time,
Hi, Cikgu Leong. Maybe due to the network, I think it's unstable there. Yeah, the line lagging. Maybe Cikgu Leong, you can stop your video. We're just listening to your voice and your by looking at your presentation.
now, can you hear my sound?
Yes, can.
Can you hear my voice? Can you
Can.
hear my voice? So can I share my screen now?
Sure.
Sorry for that, for the technical.
It's okay. Yeah. How about you want to stop your video? See whether the line will be better or not.
Try for another time because I insert many things in it. I want to try again because I insert
Sure.
many informations in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. All right. Okay, I go to the next slide. Go to the next slide. Try. Okay, for Yvonne, of course, right? In the year of 2019, same things happened, and SPM 2020 also same thing happened. We are not saying that we can produce miracle, but the students can master the effective learning skill. That's why, although they failed in SPM tri exam, but finally they managed to get A in physics. So we are talking about effective learning skills. So what is the first effective learning skills here? All right, you need to apply high order thinking skill, learning in physics. You need to use high order thinking skill in learning physics here. All right. That is, are you able to relate a chapter with another chapter, or are you thinking skill learning? If you are able to relate a subtopic with another subtopic, this. So I want equation here. We try to relate it with it, right? We try to relate this equation here with the effective learning diodes in the circuit are used for the purpose of rectification. Equation that they were asked in section.
Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry. Okay, we give a little bit of time. Okay, to Cikgu Leong. Okay, he is trying very hard to come back again, okay, due to the line problems there in Simike there, okay. So we give a little bit of time to him, all right. Later on, he will try to stop his camera so that maybe the presentation, it will become more smooth, okay, more smooth. Let's give a bit of time to him, all right. Thank you for your patience and kind consideration, okay?
Hello. Continue. Can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. Sim.
Yeah. So those students, okay, since we have the free time right now, right? So since you are in the physics class, I'm very sure that you have a lot of questions, okay, in regards to physics. And right now, we just have some free time. You can actually, how about mention what is your first topic in physics? Yeah, just list down some of the topic that you have problems, you are actually struggling with. Okay. Bab cahaya dan gelombang, yang itu. Any other topics that you would like to bring it up? Ya, macam semua sudah nih.
Okay.
Mira.
In that case, I want to continue. Is that okay?
Yep. Mr.
All right.
Leong is coming back.
Okay, in that case, I want to continue.
Yep, much better now.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to continue like this. All right. In this question here, we have a few circuits here. Have a look on the circuits here. We start with circuit J. We have a diode there. We learn diode in chapter 5. We learn diode in chapter 5. It's electronics, semiconductor diode. And then after that, we have transformer. We learn transformer in chapter 4. Chapter 4, there is a subtopic 4.3. 4.3, we learn transformer. So in this case, they combine two chapters to set equation. So as a candidate, as a student, are you able to let the concept that we have learned in chapter 4 and also the concepts that we learned in chapter 5 or not? In that case, we need to relate two chapters in order to make the best choice here. We need to choose a circuit for a certain purpose, right? If we compare circuit J, K, and L, what is the difference here? For circuit J, we have transistor. And we are using step-down transformer. We have one diode there. For circuit K, we have a transformer there, but that one is step-up transformer with a diode, but no transistor, no capacitor. No capacitor. For circuit L, we have step-down transformer with rectifier, bridge rectifier. There's 4 diodes, but without capacitor. If we continue with circuit M and also circuit N, for circuit M, we have transformer, we have bridge rectifier with 4 diodes there, we have a capacitor. And for circuit N, we have a step-down transformer, we have bridge rectifier with 4 diodes but without capacitor. All right. Then the key given there is NP stands for number of turns in the primary coil, and NS is the number of turns in the secondary coil. Okay, for the first question here, what is the meaning of rectification? What is meant by rectification? All right, the most important thing for you to score high marks in school evaluation is keywords. What are the important keywords that you need to use here? All right, no matter how long is your sentence or how short is your sentence, the most important thing is that we need to master the keyword to define a concept, right? So in this case, for rectification, the most important keywords for us to define is convert AC to DC. Right? It's a process of converting AC into DC. Right? So we need to focus on the word of convert AC to DC. Right? Then I want to continue with the next question here. Explain the working principle of a transformer. 4 marks are given for this question. So you need to give how many points here in order to get full marks in evaluation or in school exam? At least 4 points. At least 4 points. 1 point for 1 mark. Can you state 5 points there? My question is easy. 4 marks are given to this question. Can I state 5 points there? Go ahead. Go ahead with 5 points. Reason is like this. If 1 point is not in the range, not in the scheme, then you have another point to score full marks here. So although 4 marks are given for you for this question here, but you can state 5 points there. It's never mind. All right. So how are we going to explain this? Most of the students, they cannot answer this kind of question. Okay. Sometimes they score half or 2 marks or 4 marks here. They lost a lot of marks here for this kind of question here. So we answer this question here step by step like this. All right. We need to explain the working principle of a transformer, right? Okay. So for the first point here is like this. Okay. The concept is like this. When the alternating current flows in the primary coil, magnetic field is produced. So keywords are current flows in primary coil, magnetic field is produced, or magnetic flux. You can use the term of magnetic field or magnetic flux. It's up to you. So many terms can be used here. All right. The most important thing, you need to have the keywords of current flows in the primary coil, magnetic field is produced. Mention the current flow in the primary coil. You need to mention it's in the primary coil or secondary coil. Right? Then what is produced when the current flows in the primary coil? The product of it is magnetic field. Or you can change magnetic field by using the keywords of magnetic flux. Right? Then second one. Second point, magnetic flux from the primary coil is linked to the secondary coil. All right. After the explanation on the primary coil, what happens at the primary coil? Then you need to continue with secondary coil. Okay, something like this. So the magnetic field lines are cut by the secondary coil. So what happens at the secondary coil next? So we have changed. So we have changed our magnetic field. that will cause an induced EMF to be produced across the secondary coil. So what are the terms that we need to use here at the secondary coil here? You can use the terms of cut the magnetic fields, cut the magnetic field lines, or cut the magnetic flux, or you can replace cut magnetic field lines with change of magnetic field, or change of magnetic field. So what is the result? What is the product of change of magnetic field at the secondary coil? Right? So an induced EMF is produced across the secondary coil. So actually, in point number 4, we have 2 points there actually. What is the first point there? Okay, what is the first point there? First point is like this. Okay, this is the first point in this sentence here. Change of magnetic field. Second point, induced EMF. So can we combine 2 points by using a sentence? Yes, you can. If 4 marks are given to you, you need to give us at least 4 points. Okay, you need to give your teachers or school teachers 4 points. Is that okay for you? Can you combine 4 points with 2 sentences? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Right? It's not compulsory that you are giving 4 sentences to your teachers so that your teachers give you 4 marks in exam. No. All right? If 4 marks are given to you, the most important thing is that you need to state 4 points there. You need to state 4 points there, right? Okay, I hope that you can understand. All right, then we continue. Yeah, then we continue. So for the next question, you are asked to make a 12-volt battery charger. So study the circuits J, K, L, M, N. So you need to study the circuits just now. And then figure 4.1, okay, consider the following aspects. What are the aspects that you need to consider here? Number 1, type transformer that you need to use. Then secondly, the ratio of number of turns in the primary coil and the secondary coil, type of rectification, and then characteristics of output current. So based on this question here, you need to explain the suitability of the above aspects and then determine the most suitable circuit to make the battery charger. All right. In order to answer this question systematically, so what do you need to do? You need to identify this one first. You need to identify the task. Okay, you need to identify the task. So in this question here, you want to make a battery charger. Okay, the first thing you need to identify the task. What do you want to do? You want to make a battery charger, right? So second thing, you need to explain the suitability of each aspect. You need to explain the suitability of 4 aspects here. Okay, then later on, you need to make your choice or choose the best circuit, make your choice. And finally, you need to justify your choice. So how are we going to evaluate? Okay, how are we going to evaluate the circuit here? So you need to start with the first thing, yeah, is you need to identify the task. Okay, you need to make a suitable circuit to produce a battery charger. Second, you need to analyze each aspect or specification there. You have four specification there. You have 4 aspects there. You need to analyze it. Then you need to choose one circuit only. Choose one, and then justify your choice. State the reason for your choice. All right. So you can answer like this, or you can answer like this. You can answer in a table. You can answer it in a table. For example, okay, we use step-down transformer in this case. What's the reason? Because we want to reduce the output voltage from 240 watt to how many watt? Around 12 watt like that. Because M-phone charger uses around 5 to 12 watt to function optimally. That's why in this case, we need to use a step-down transformer to reduce the output voltage. Okay, so 1 mark is given for your suggestion there, and then another mark is given for your explanation. Okay, how about the ratio? The ratio of MP to NS must be 20 to 1. Reason is simple, so that is equal to the ratio of VP to VS, or VP to VS. And then we need to use bridge rectifier with 4 diodes. so that we can produce full wave rectification. That's how are we going to get the marks here. Then use capacitor so that we can smoothen the output direct current. And then what is our choice here? We choose circuit M so that it uses step down. Because it uses step down transformer, the ratio of MP to NS is 20 to 1. Use 4 diodes and also use a capacitor and so on. Right, I repeat this. Okay, I repeat this. So the most important thing is like this. For mark number 1, okay, for mark number 1, for mark number 1, okay, for mark number 1, you need to do like this. Okay. You need to state the type of transformer used and give the reason there. Okay, give the reason there. Okay. Then after that, you need to state the correct ratio of MP to NS. Then give the correct explanation there. So point by point like this, you can get 10 marks here. So for the 5th mark here, you need to state that you are using 4 diodes, not 1, and give the reason here. Because 4 diodes is able to produce full wave rectification. And then another point, point number 7, we need to use capacitor. And what is the reason here? Okay, we use it to smoothen the output current. And then for your choice, this one is your choice. Okay, circuit M. So another mark is given for your choice and justify your choice. This is mark number 10. So you just copy all this. Okay, you just copy all this. Yeah. Okay, because it uses step down transformer, the ratio of MP to NS is 20 to 1, uses 4 diodes and use capacitor. All right, so we choose circuit M here. All right, then we continue. Okay, we continue with the next question here. Have a look on figure 4.2 here, right? We have 2 light bulbs here. Okay, we have 2 light bulbs here. They are connected in series or parallel. They are connected in parallel, right? And I want to know what are the characteristics of this kind of circuit. Okay, do you still remember the characteristics of parallel circuit? One of it, the voltage across each light bulb or each resistor is the same. And what else? Current is inversely proportional to R. Current is inversely proportional to R. Okay? I is inversely proportional to R. And 1 over R, the effective resistance for this type of circuit is 1 over R equals to 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3 and so on. All right. So in this case, we are going to use the characteristics of this kind of circuit to answer this question here. So what is the output voltage of the transformer here? Right? What is the output voltage of the transformer here? All right. So how are we going to answer the first question here? And for number 2, question number 2, B2, calculate the efficiency of the transformer. So you are given 5 marks here, right? So in calculation, what do we need to focus? Okay, now it's like this. For the answer for B1, for the answer of question B1, the output voltage equals to the voltage rating of 1 light bulb only. This is equals to 12 volt. Okay, you try to relate it with parallel circuit. You try to relate it with parallel circuit. It is in chapter 3. If the resistors are connected in parallel, then what happens now? The voltage across each resistor is the same. The voltage across each resistor is the same. Because the light bulbs here are connected in parallel, that's why the voltage, the output voltage here must be equal to the voltage rating of 1 light bulb only. This is equal to 12 volt. If they are connected in series, the output voltage must be equal to 24 volt, so that the light bulb lights up with normal brightness. Okay, I hope that you can follow this station. And for the next one, for the next question, B2, you need to calculate the efficiency of it, right? So how are we going to score full marks here? Now, I want to talk about this in calculation, for calculation question. I hope that you are going to start with formula or equation, or you need to make some conversion of unit or extra calculation, right? Then secondly, you make your substitution. And finally, I hope that you can give the correct answer plus unit. if 1 mark is given to you, the most important thing is answer. If 1 mark is given for your calculation question, the most important thing you need to give the answer, correct answer. If 2 marks is given to you, means that the most important things are substitution and answer. 1 mark is given for your substitution, another mark is given for your answer. If 3 or 4 marks are given for a calculation question, then the third mark can be given to the formula or conversion of unit or extra calculation like this. Okay, for example, for this question here, you need to calculate the efficiency of the transformer. So this one is not given. Output power is not given. So this one can be the second mark for question B. And then input power can be the second mark also. It can be the third mark also. Then make your substitution like this or equation like this. You can get the fourth mark. Okay. Then the final answer 40%. Then you can get 5 marks here. Sometimes, all right, you can see that 4 marks are given for a calculation question, and sometimes 2 marks are given for a calculation question, and sometimes 1 only. So if 1 mark is given for that calculation question, then the most important thing is the answer. If 2 marks are given for you, focus on substitution and answer. If 3 marks are given for a certain question, then please write down your formula or equation, followed by conversion of unit or extra calculation, so that you can get full marks, right? Okay, then I want to continue with another slide like this. For this essay item, you need to relate chapter 3 on this electricity. This is something related to parallel and also series circuit. Then after that, you need to relate it with chapter 4 transformer. And then chapter 5, this is about semiconductor diode. So in this question here, all right, they can combine 3 chapters in an essay item. So that's why, can you relate one subtopic with another or not? If you are able to do that, then you have hot learning skill. You are using 21st century learning skill here, all right, in learning physics. And even another one is STEM learning, all right, STEM learning skill here. All right. For the second effective learning skill in physics, you need to analyze and also evaluate the situation given to you. Same things, when we study physics, all right, I can ask you a question like this, so that you can analyze and also evaluate certain things like this. All right, let's say you have a mirror periscope. Another one is prism periscope. I want to know which one is better. What do you think? Which one is better? Mirror periscope or prism periscope? I can ask you about another thing here also. If you are given an alcohol thermometer and also mercury thermometer, I want to know which one is better. So, what do you think? Which one is better? We are going to discuss about it later on, all right, on it. Okay, we continue with this slide. Okay, have a look on diagram 11.1 and also diagram 11.1a and also diagram 11.1b. All right, the same boy with the mass of 40 kg, okay, and he's in the tunnel room there, right? Now, based on diagram 11.1a and also diagram 11.1b, the same thing here is frictional force. The boy experienced the same frictional force. This is 120. This is 120 Newton. Okay, 120 Newton. Right? Sorry, okay. So the frictional force, the frictional force here is the same. Okay, the frictional force here is the same. Then what is the difference here? Difference number 1 is the angle. You see this on it? Okay, the angle. The first angle, the angle between the horizontal plane and also the film in diagram 11.1a is 30 degrees. How about in diagram 11.1b, 70.5 degrees? Then we try to think about this. Does the angle here affects WC? Does this angle will affect WC or not? What is WC? W stands for component of weight, and C stands for parallel to the slope. Okay, C stands for parallel to the slope. So any relationship between the angle and also WC or not in this case here, right? So I want to know, what is the relationship between WC and angle? Are they related with one another? Okay, then any formula that relate them? Okay, so we come to this point like this. WC equals to mg sine theta. Okay, WC equals to mg sine theta. So it means that if sine theta increases, how about WC? So now the angle and also the component of weight parallel to the slope. Okay, we can say like this. If the angle increases, WC also increases, right? If angle increases, WC also increases. All right, and then can we state that WC is directly proportional to theta? Cannot, because we have sine here. So you need to form a sentence like this. WC is directly proportional to sine theta. Okay, so there is relationship between theta and also WC. Okay, so for the first question here, this question A, you need to state the meaning of frictional force. So what are the keywords that is used to state the frictional force here? Okay, all right. Keywords are force against motion. You can use opposed motion also. Right. So what is frictional force? Force against motion of two surfaces, or force opposed the motion of an object. Okay. The most important thing, you need to focus on the keywords of force against motion, or force oppose the motion of an object. Right. Actually, I want to have two-way communication with all the audience here, with all the students here or teachers in Zoom, but I cannot read your chat now. I cannot see your question. Actually, I want to have two-way communications. I hope that I can read your question, and I hope that I can answer your question directly. But unluckily, when I am using Zoom, I cannot see your chat. Okay, that's why I cannot respond to your question at the moment. Okay. Okay. For the first question here, I saw the question from Adriana. Do we have to answer in full sentence? Is that right, Adriana? I saw a question from you. Okay. Okay. It's no need to answer in full sentence. It's no need to answer in full sentence. Oh? And Jeff, maka untuk expect akan dibahagi hanya maka cadangan tidak diberi. What do you mean, Jeff? Jeff, can you elaborate your question?
I don't think the question they actually answering what inside the chat.
I'm reading the question from Derry. Okay. Did the test can write short form like AC or DC? Okay, like EMF, electromotive force, you can use short form. You can use EMF. For direct current and also alternating current, you can use a short form of AC and also DC. And another question from Woon Si How, if my expect is right, but the explanation is wrong, adakah maka diberikan? If your suggestion is correct, so marks given for your suggestion. If your explanation is wrong, then no marks is given for your explanation, but you still can get the mark for suggestion, for that correct specification. Is that okay? All right. Just like Adriana, you have another question now. So we don't have to write the meaning of frictional force is, but just write straight to the point. Yes, Adriana, You are correct. Means that you just write down, okay, no need to write down frictional force is. You just give me the answer like this: force that against the motion of an object. That's all. Is that okay, Adriana? Adriana, are you there? Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Adriana, for your response. So I can continue, right? I hope that you can respond to me, in the chat there, so that we have two ways communication. Is that okay? Okay, guys. How about like this? For Snell's law, I think you learned about this in the chapter of light. We have n equals sine I over sine R, right? We have four equations to calculate refractive index. There is n equals sine I over sine R. Then we have n equals to C over V. C stands for speed of light in vacuum. V stands for speed of light in the medium. And we have n equals to capital H over small letter of h. This real depth over apparent depth. And we have n equals to 1 over sine C. 1 over sine C. This critical angle. So if I ask you about this, what is the relationship between I and R? Can we state that I is directly proportional to R? The answer is wrong. We cannot do like this. Because based on this equation here, okay, based on this equation, we have sine I equals to n times sine R. N is a constant. So what is the relationship between sine I and sine R? So in this case, sine I is directly proportional to sine R. If I plot a graph of R against I, it's a curve. So we can say that when I increases only. We cannot say I is directly proportional to R. But we can say that sine I is directly proportional to sine R. Okay? All right, and now, based on diagram 11.1a, calculate the component of the weight parallel to the slope of the film WC. So how are we going to score 2 marks here? Guys, please do something extra. You need to do extra calculation. Then secondly is substitution. And final is answer. So based on your understanding, okay, based on your understanding now, 2 marks are given to question B1. So the most important things are, guys, what do you think? What do you think? The most important things are, number one is answer. Second is substitution. In this case, the formula is not given marks. Right? The formula is not given marks. So the substitution here, no matter the first one or the second one, is given the first mark. This is the mark for substitution. And the final mark here is given for your value, for the answer. Okay, for the answer and the correct unit there. Right? So for 2 marks, for this calculation, or for this calculation question, 2 marks are given to you. So the most important thing is substitution. Another one is final answer. Okay, the final answer. Right. Then we continue with the second question here. What's the resultant force acting on the boy? So 1 mark is given for it. So what is the most important thing now? You know that the downward force is 200, right? The upward force, the force against the WC is frictional force, which is equal to 120. Okay, this one is WC. This one is frictional force. So resultant force equals to WC minus frictional force. So the final answer is 80. 1 mark is given for this question here. So the most important thing for you in this case is answer. Is the answer. So the most important thing here is 80 Newton. Okay, 80 Newton. Right. Then for the third question here, you are asked to calculate the acceleration of the boy. Okay, you are asked to calculate the acceleration of the boy. So we use the formula of F equals to MA to calculate the answer. We have F equals to 80, A equals to 40, then A equals to 2 meters per second square. 2 marks are given for this question. So, all right. So, what are the most important thing here? What are the most important thing now? Number one, answer. Second one is substitution. This formula is not given marks because it's given during the exam, right? Sometimes, all right, they give certain formulas during the real exam for both paper 1 and also paper 2. If the formula is given there, then there's no mark for the formula, right? If this, let's say I want to complete another calculation equation, but this equation is not given. This equation is not given in the formula. And I want to use this equation here to calculate the answer. So in this case, you may get 1 mark for this equation because the formula here is not given to you. All right, is that clear? Clear or not, guys? If you have no question, then I'm going to continue. Okay, huh? Okay, good. Thank you, Roland. Okay, thank you. Jadi, kalau Anda faham, saya akan teruskan. Kalau tak faham, sila tanya ya. Using the concept of force, explain why the boy slide down. Okay, and then when the angle of inclination is 30 degrees and remains stationary when the angle is 17.5 degrees. So in this case, you need to focus on the keywords here. Slide down when the angle is 30 degrees, and then stationary if the angle of inclination is 17.5 degrees. All right, 4 marks are given for this question. So you need to talk about resultant force and also forces in equilibrium, right? You need to talk about forces in equilibrium and also resultant force. Okay, now for the first case here, okay, the boy slide down. What's the reason? So you need to mention WC is greater than frictional force. Can we use symbol here or not? For this question, yes. For this question here is yes, because we have defined WC as the weight component, which is parallel to the slope. So we can use the symbols here, WC. We can use WC directly to answer this question. Okay, this is our first point. WC is greater than frictional force when the angle of inclination is 30 degrees. Okay, then if WC is greater than frictional force, then what happens now? We have net force acting on the boy. We have resultant force acting on the boy. Then this is the effect of resultant force. Okay, the net force causes the boy to extract downward. Maksudnya, formula ini bukan sahaja digunakan untuk pengiraan. We can use a formula for explanation. This resultant force. What is the effect of resultant force? Resultant force causes acceleration, causes the boy to slide down. So in this case, you can use a formula for explanation. Okay, for explanation. So in this case, why do we state point number 1 like this? Okay, if we state that WC is greater than frictional force, okay, like this, you are given 1 mark. Then if WC is greater than frictional force, what happens? We have resultant force. And what is the effect of resultant force? There is the second point. Okay, third, WC equals to frictional force. I don't want to write a full sentence like this. I write down WC equals to frictional force. Oh, it's correct also. When the angle of inclination is 17.5 degrees. If they are equal, if WC is equal to the frictional force, it means that WC and frictional force are balanced. Or they are in the state of equilibrium. We are talking about balanced forces or forces in equilibrium. If the forces are balanced, resultant force equals to 0. If they are equal, balance resultant force equals 0, then what happens to the object? The object is stationary. So the last point here, you can talk about the net force acting on the boy. Okay. Jadi saya lupa tanya satu perkara. Siapa yang gunakan di sini, ada student yang gunakan BM tak? Ada student yang gunakan BI tak? Can you respond to me or not? You want to use bilingual or you want to use BI only? Give me, okay. Give me response in the chat box. I want to know you want to use BM or BI. Okay. Thank you, Rasho. Thank you, Jessila. Thank you, Indra. And also Christine. In that case, can I use bilingual? The most important thing now for me is understanding. Okay, can I use bilingual so that you have better understanding? Agree or not? Do you agree with that? I use both BI and also BM. Sorry for the past 50 minutes because I thought that all the students in this session now are using BI. Minta maaf, saya ingat semua pelajar yang ada dalam sesi kita ini sekarang adalah gunakan bahasa apa ni? Bahasa Melayu, bahasa Inggeris. Jadi saya sentiasa gunakan bahasa Inggeris. Okey, kalau saya tahu kita ada pelajar yang memerlukan bahasa Melayu, saya akan cakap dengan bahasa Melayu juga. Baiklah, sekarang ini kita tukar tune sikit. Kalau ada masalah sila tanya. Okay, have a look on this question here, guys. Okay, kita belajar benda ini. Okay, we have 4 lawn movers here. Kita ada 4 buah mesin rumput. Kita ada 4 mesin rumput. JKLM dengan spesifikasi yang berlainan. The first specification that you need to focus here is the mass. The mass of lawn mover, jisim mesin rumput itu. Kedua ialah cara kita menggerakkan mesin rumput itu. Okay? The way, the method for us to move the lawn mover. Thirdly is the angle. The angle between the handle and also the horizontal plane. We have 20 degree here. Then later on, we have bigger angle there. All right. For lawn mover L and also M later on. And then one is the size of the blade. Size of the blade. We have small size of blade. We have bigger size of blade here. All right. Kita ada bilah yang besar, kita ada bilah yang kecil. Okay. Kalau kita bandingkan mesin pemotong rumput ini, kita ada 4 spesifikasi yang berbeza. We have 4 different aspects here now. We have mass aspect. Number 1 is mass. Second aspect is the method to move the lawn mover here. The third aspect is the angle between the handle and also the horizontal plane. And the fourth one is the size of blade. Okay, the size of blade. Soalan tadi daripada Francis Lau. What if I write force instead of net force? Will it be the mark deducted? Francis, without the keyword net force, resultant force, mark will be deducted for the situation just now. Kamu mesti sentuh daya bersih adrasifah supaya lelaki itu dia adalah pegun. Jika kita cuma katakan daya saja, okay, kita tak tahu apakah itu yang anda maksudkan. Adakah daya itu WC ke ataupun daya geseran? So, perkataan net itu, bersih itu, mesti tulis. Net force, net itu mesti ada. Okay, resultant force pun boleh. Asalkan ada perkataan daya bersih. Kalau daya, tak boleh. Okay, Francis Lau, thank you for your question. Okay, anda dipuji kerana berani tanya. Okay, very good, Francis. Then I continue. Okay, then daya bersih sama dengan daya paduan. Jeff, they are the same. When we are talking about resultant force, net force, they are the same thing. Mereka sama. mereka sama. Okay, daya bersih, daya paduan adalah sama. Okay, welcome. Alright, so we need to study 4 specifications of the lawn movers now. The first one is method of moving the lawn movers. The second one is the mass of the lawn mover. Third is the size of the cutter blade. Fourth, the angle between the handle and horizontal plane, or horizontal line. So we have 4 aspects here. Then after that, you need to explain the suitability. You need to explain the suitability of each aspect, and then determine the most suitable lawn mover and give reason for your choice. First of all, what is the method? What is the method that we need to use here? We need to pull or we need to push? Guys, try to think about this. You need to pull or you need to push? Okay, what is the reason? What is the reason you want to push? Okay, you try to think about this. If I choose this method here, the second method here, push. I want to push the lawn mover. Then what is your explanation? What is the logical explanation here? Okay, guys, we try to let this one with resolution of force. This one is your apply force. This one is your apply force F. So what do you call this? Fx. And this one is Fy. We can resolve a single force into 2 perpendicular components. Betul kan? Kita leraikan daya itu kepada 2 komponen yang berserenjang, yaitu Fx dengan Fy. Okay, Wong, yeah, good. I want to know what is the function of Fx here. We can resolve the applied force into 2 perpendicular components, Fx and also Fy. What is the use of this component here, Fx? It's used to move the lawn mover horizontally. Fx itu adalah digunakan untuk menolak mesin rumput itu bergerak ke depan. Fy, in this case, Fy is acting downward. Correct? Okay, I want to ask you a question like this. Okay, what is a factor? What is a factor that will affect the direction of Fx and also Fy? Sometimes Fy is acting upward. Sometimes it's acting downward. What is a factor that affects it? What is a factor that affects the direction of Fy? It depends on the direction of applied force. For lawn mover J, we pull the lawn mover. Kita tarik mesin rumput itu. Ini adalah daya kita. So Fx is acting to the right. But Fy? Fy is acting upward. So sometimes Fy is acting upward, sometimes acting downward. The factor that affects its direction is the direction of the applied force. Arah daya yang kita kenakan akan menentukan arah daya Fy dan juga akan menentukan arah daya Fx. Okay? Saya harap kamu jelas dengan itu. Okay, saya harap Anda jelas dengan itu. Okay. Lepas itu, kita lihat ya. Sekarang ini kamu kata, kamu nak tolak. Jadi saya nampak satu jawapan daripada Wong. Dia kata greater downward resultant force. Itu sangat tepat. Sangat tepat. Greater downward resultant force. How about the mass? Big or small? We'll try to discuss here. Kita bincang. How about the mass? Big or small, guys? Kamu rasa mass dia mesti besar ke? Ataupun jisim dia mesti besar ke? Ataupun jisim dia kecil? Ya. Kalau ikut Mira, suggestion itu mestilah besar. Okay, itu yang betul. Jisim mesti besar. The mass of it must be large. What's the reason? What is the reason? Think about it. As a candidate or okay, thank you, Alan Ku. More stable, okay, supaya mesin itu tidak terapung. Jeff, kamu punya jawapan itu kadang-kadang boleh dikatakan logik, kadang-kadang boleh dikatakan tak logik. Kamu mesti faham satu perkara itu. Tak apa, Jeff. We talk about it. Kadang-kadang jawapannya kamu letak sembarangan. Mungkin kadang-kadang dia logik. Sometimes it's logic. But kadang-kadang dia tak logik lah. Saya harap kamu faham. Kadang-kadang dia logik. Jadi, masalah cikgu, tak hirau apapun, kamu tulis saja jawapan kamu. Tulis saja jawapan kamu. Hentam saja. Kadang-kadang jawapan itu asalkan logik. You see this or not? Asalkan jawapan kamu logik. At least kamu cuba. Okay. Kalau jisim itu besar, apa yang kita nak? Dia more stable. How about the size of the cutter blade? The size of cutter blade must be big. Dia mesti besar. Supaya apa? Dia memotong lebih banyak rumput. Yang ini, I want to say like this. Asalkan jawapan kamu ada di situ, kamu ada peluang dapat markah. Okay? Kalau Mira jawapan tadi dengan Indira, supaya mudah potong rumput, mudah itu lebih baik kita keluarkan mudah itu. Kita lebih baik masukkan perkataan lebih banyak rumput dipotong macam tu. Okay? The most important thing here is to cut more grass. Yang paling penting sekarang adalah memotong lebih banyak rumput. Kalau saya kata macam ni, kenapa kita membuat satu kuali itu, badan kuali itu dengan bahan yang mempunyai muatan haba tentu yang rendah. Jadi macam mana Anda jawab soalan saya? Why do we use low specific heat capacity material to construct or make cooking pot, the body of cooking pot? Macam mana kamu jawab? Supaya dia panas dengan senang ataupun supaya dia panas dengan cepat? Kamu rasa mana satu yang lebih tepat? So that it heats up easily, so that it heats up faster. Which one is better? Sometimes kita akan nampak banyak jawapannya macam ni. Supaya dia senang panas. Supaya dia cepat panas. Senang panas sama tak dengan cepat panas? Are they the same? What do you think? Are they the same or not? They are two different things. Mereka dua perkara yang lain. So it's better for us to use the correct keyword. That is, heat up faster. You cannot use heat up easily. So you need to tell me this. The size of the cutter blade must be big to cut more glass and not to cut the glass easily. Jadi perkataan easily itu adalah sesuatu perkataan kunci yang lemah. Bagi saya, itu adalah satu perkataan kunci yang lemah. Okay? A weak keyword. Boleh faham maksud saya kan? Saya harap kamu boleh ikut. So, you need to use the accurate one. The accurate keyword. Yang membawa maksud yang tepat. Yang jelas. Okay. 4. The angle between the handle and the horizontal plane. You try to think about this just now. We have WC. Ini. Kita tadi belajar satu perkara. WC equals mg sin theta macam tu. Okay. If the angle increases, how about Fy later on? Okay. We are talking about Fy lah. We don't talk about WC. We talk about Fy. Fy equals to F sin theta. Let's say like this. Fy equals to F sin theta. So what is the relationship between Fy and sin theta? If sin theta increases, how about Fy? Fy also increases. Okay, also increases. So in this case, we are going to answer the question like this. We push the lawn mover. And this method is able to increase the total downward force. Okay. The lawn mover is more stable, right? In this case, dia tidak akan melompat-lompat. Jadi kita kena tambahkan jumlah daya ke bawah. Okay, yang paling penting ada menambah jumlah daya ke bawah. Okay, jumlah daya ke bawah. Kemudian, kalau kamu nak berikan jawapan yang kedua, so that it can cut the grass more efficiently. Saya kata macam ni. Kadang-kadang, jawapan satu itu adalah paling baik. Kadang-kadang nasib kamu bagus. That's why jawapan yang lain pun diterima. Jadi kalau sebagai seorang pelajar di sekolah, kamu nak dapatkan grade yang lebih baik di dalam peperiksaan sekolah. Adakah kamu nak gunakan jawapan kedua kah? Ataupun jawapan yang terbaik di sini? Walaupun kita tahu, satu penerangan itu mungkin ada pelbagai penjelasan penerangannya logik. Tetapi anda mesti faham, kita gunakan yang terbaik lah. Kita gunakan yang terbaik. So the first one is the best one. The first one is the best one. Okay, I highlighted it in red color. Okay, so yang lain pun kadang-kadang boleh diterima. Cuma kita sebagai seorang pelajar, kita cuma nak pastikan jawapan kita adalah betul. Jadi kita pilih yang paling baik. Okay, the second aspect is about mass. The mass of the lawn mover must be large, so that it's more stable. Supaya dia lebih stabil. Okay. Ataupun untuk aspek yang ketiga, untuk spesifikasi yang ketiga ialah bila itu, size bila itu. So in this case, we use a large blade so that we can cut more glass. Okay. I give you another example, which we focus on more. Okay. Give me a response to this. What type of wire? Name the wire that we use as a heating element in a water heater. Come on, guys. What is the name of the wire? What is the name of the wire that we use as a heating element in a water heater? What do you think? Copper, constantan, nichrome. Okay, thank you, Jeff. Mana satu? Kita ada cuprum, kita ada constantan wire, kita ada nichrome. Jadi jawapannya mesti nichrome. So, if you choose nichrome wire, what is the reason then? What is the reason for us to use nichrome wire? Okay, you can say, yes, high resistivity, yes, high resistance. Okay, good. Bagus, kamu kata kerintangan dia tinggi, betul? Kerintangan dia tinggi, bagus, betul? Low resistivity itu salah. Sebab dalam water heater, kita nak hasilkan banyak haba. Macam mana kita hasilkan banyak haba? Rintangan dia mesti tinggi. Untuk copper wire itu, dia sesuai dijadikan sebagai kabel. Supaya dia mempunyai rintangan rendah, kehilangan tenaga yang sikit. Jadi, untuk membuat kabel, barulah kita gunakan copper yang mempunyai rintangan rendah. Alright. So, that's why we use nichrome as the heating element in the water heater. So, based on Gerard Tiong's answer, yes, high resistance is good. So, another one is Jeff kata kerintangan tinggi, high resistivity, betul. Can I say it produce more heat? Can or not? What do you think? I say it produce more heat. Can or not? What do you think? Produce more heat. Can it produce more heat? Heat up faster? Apa heat up faster? Saya nampak ada jawapan Francis tadi, dia kata high resistance so that it can heat up faster. Produce more heat, high resistance, okay. High resistance, high resistivity, more heat produce, boleh. Jadi heat up faster. Tak sesuai. Tak sesuai. Okay, dalam case ini tak sesuai kamu gunakan heat up faster. Alright, you need to use to produce more heat. Jadi perkataan more itu membawa sesuatu maksud yang jelas. So we use a large blade here so that it can cut more glass. Okay, and then number 4, the angle between the handle and the horizontal line must be large because we produce bigger downward force. We want to increase the total downward force. That's why we choose M. We choose M and then give the reason. Justify your choice. Justify your choice. Okay. Any question up to this stage, guys? Ada soalan tak? Sampai setakat ini, ada soalan ke? I'm waiting for your response. Do you have any question? No, eh? Right. Thank you. Thank you to all. Saya menghargai respon daripada anda. Sesuatu yang sangat menggalakkan di sini yaitu respon daripada anda semua sangat cepat. Saya hargai kerjasama daripada kamu. Okay, thank you very much. So I want you to think like this. Come. You see in the first diagram here, the old man there is pushing the wheelbarrow. In the second case, we see a young guy, a young worker there, is pulling the wheelbarrow. Okay, we have two techniques here. We have two methods here to move the wheelbarrow. Okay, in this case, you want to push the wheelbarrow or pull the wheelbarrow? You want to push the wheelbarrow or pull the wheelbarrow? Okay. Because what we see at the construction site is the workers are pushing the wheelbarrow, right? Kalau kita pergi ke tempat pembinaan, kita akan tengok pekerja itu dia akan menolak. Dia akan menolak apa tu? Wheelbarrow tu. Jadi sekarang ini kita mesti faham. Dalam fizik ini, okay? Dalam fizik ini, tidak ada yang paling baik. Tidak ada paling baik. Yang baik itu dia mengikut situasi. Right. Push is used. Push method is used when we are using our lawn mover just now. In this case, we need to use the second method, this pull. We need to pull it. What is the reason? Okay, for the first case here. Okay. Okay, untuk case pertama, daya yang dikenakan sekarang adalah bertindak ke arah, condong ke arah kiri, ke bawah kiri. Jadi Fx itu bertindak ke arah kiri, Fy bertindak ke arah bawah. Okay, kalau kita ikut teknik yang pertama untuk menggerakkan wheelbarrow itu, maka Fx bertindak ke arah kiri, Fy bertindak ke bawah. Untuk second method, for the second method, this is the direction of the pulling force. Lepas itu kita ada Fx. Kita ada Fx pergi ke kiri. Kita ada Fy pergi ke atas. Jadi, kalau kita lihat ini sekarang untuk situasi satu. For the first situation, the total downward force is W plus Fy. The weight of the wheelbarrow and also the total downward force equals to the weight of the wheelbarrow plus Fy. So this will increase the downward force. So what happens later on? Apa yang berlaku nanti? The wheelbarrow might stuck in the soft ground. It might stuck in the soft ground. So for the second technique then, we pull the wheelbarrow. The total downward force equals to weight of wheelbarrow minus Fy. So we reduce the resultant downward force. Jadi kita dapat mengelakkan wheelbarrow itu dia stuck in the mud or stuck in the soft ground. Jadi kalau kita kata greater upward resultant force, dalam case ini resultant force itu mesti pergi ke bawah. Jadi kalau kita kata greater upward resultant force itu maksudnya itu adalah contradict. Itu adalah sesuatu yang berlawanan dengan apa yang kita nak. Jadi kamu mesti kata reduce the resultant downward force or reduce the net downward force. Itu baru betul. Boleh faham maksud saya kan? So in this case ya, we need to pull the wheelbarrow. We need to pull the wheelbarrow so that we reduce the downward force. Jadi teknik mana satu yang paling baik? Sekarang ini teknik mana satu yang paling baik? Teknik satu ke teknik dua? Kalau saya kata teknik satu ke teknik dua, dia bergantung pada situasi. It depends on situation. Am I right? Agree or not? In the case of low mover, we push it. When we need to pull it, wheelbarrow. Betul? Jadi Alexander, I agree with you. It depends on situation. Kadang-kadang kita tak boleh ada sikap bias terhadap sesuatu konsep. Okey. Saya kata macam ni kerana kadang-kadang saya jumpa pelajar yang dia bias terhadap sesuatu konsep. Bila dia belajar dari suatu buku, dia terus akan masuk dalam mindset dia. Konsep ini tak bagus. Konsep satu lagi baik. Jangan buat begitu. Untuk fisik ini, kita mesti ada pemikiran hebat. Baru kita dapat belajar fizik itu dengan berkesan. Okey? Jadi seterusnya kita lihat soalannya seterusnya. Untuk bahagian C kertas luar, kamu tak ada pilihan. You don't have any choices. If it's easy, that's your luck. Kalau dia sangat susah, ada tak pilihan tak mau jawab? Tak boleh. Untuk bahagian C dia hanya ada satu soalan esei. No matter it's easy or difficult, you need to, you need to answer it. You need to answer it. Jadi saya sentuh perkara tadi, Jeff. Saya sentuh perkara tadi adalah macam ni. Soalan dia boleh tanya tahun ni lone mover. Next year boleh keluar. Dia boleh keluar apa? Wheelbarrow. That's why you need to learn both, so that you are using the correct way and also the correct method in the real exam. Jeff, are you okay? That's why saya gunakan cara itu untuk anda tadi. Tetapi untuk bahagian C ini, saya nak kata macam ni. Kamu tak ada pilihan. Senang ke susah ke kamu kena jawab. Jadi salah satu faktor kejayaan adalah usaha kamu. Kedua, juga kena tengok topik manakah yang akan disetkan dalam peperiksaan sekolah. Okey, kita lihat ni. For the first ray diagram, we have a thicker convex lens. That's J. Then in diagram 9.2, we have a thinner lens K. Okay. So have a look on the final image form. Final image form in diagram 9.1 and also the final image form in diagram 9.2. Which one is larger? Manakah satu yang lebih besar? Image manakah satu yang lebih besar? Dan kamu kena bandingkan ketebalan kanta itu. Okey, bandingkan ketebalan kanta itu. Dan kemudian ketebalan kanta berlainan kan. Lepas tu panjang fokus pun berlainan. Size image pun berlainan. Jadi kita ada 3 perkara yang berlainan di sini. Okey, there are 3 differences between convex lens J and also convex lens K. The first one is the thickness of the convex lenses. Second one is the focal length. The third one is the final image form. All right. I think you have learned real image and also the virtual image based on chapter 6 in form 4. There is light and optic. So what is the meaning of virtual image? Apakah maksud virtual image itu? Yang paling penting, image cannot be formed on the screen. Image cannot be projected on the screen. Gunakanlah kata kunci yang betul. Ingat image cannot be formed on the screen. Image that cannot be projected on the screen. Can we say like this? The image cannot be seen. Boleh ke? Boleh kita kata virtual image is the image cannot be seen. Image maya adalah image yang tak boleh nampak. Itu salah. Tak hirau itu adalah image nyata ke ataupun maya. Kita boleh nampak image nyata pada skrin. Contoh cikgu mengajar di sekolah, dia gunakan LCD. LCD projector, LED projector. Jadi kamu akan nampak image itu terpapar pada skrin. That is real image. Itu image yang nyata kamu nampak. That's why kamu boleh ikut pembelajaran di sekolah. Dan image maya. Kamu lihat image maya dibentuk oleh cermin sata di rumah. Hari ini bila kamu sikat rambut kamu handsome, cantik-cantik. Image yang dihasilkan itu ialah image maya. Kamu juga nampak. Jadi jangan gunakan perkataan kunci image maya, image yang tidak nampak. Image nyata adalah image yang kita nampak macam tu. Janganlah. Kita gunakan kata kunci image cannot be formed on the screen. Image that can be formed on the screen. Itu kata kunci dia. Boleh faham tak? Gunakan kata kunci yang paling sesuai. We can see both images. We can see both real and also virtual image. The difference is one of it can be projected on the screen. The other one cannot be projected, cannot be formed on the screen. There is a difference between real and also virtual image. For the second question here, okay, second part of this question. All right, what do you need to compare? What do you need to compare now? First thing you need to compare thickness. Second, you need to compare thickness. So ini terus kita bagi jawapan. Lens J is thicker than K. Ataupun kamu kata lens K is thinner than J. Bolehkah kita jawab macam ni guys? Boleh tak? Nah, ini kita bincang, kita bincang sini ya, kita bincang. Kita tengok. Boleh tak kita kata J greater than K? Boleh tak macam tu? Boleh tak? Dalam soalan esei, bolehkah kita buat macam ni? Cannot. You cannot do like this in essay question. Don't do it in essay question. In essay, cannot. Because in essay question, you need to compare three physical quantities together. You need to compare few physical quantities together. That's why in essay item, for structure item, yes, you can do like this. You can do like this in structure item. Because untuk soalan struktur, hanya satu kuantiti fizik saja yang kamu bandingkan. Satu saja kuantiti fizik yang kamu bandingkan dalam soalan struktur. Tetapi dalam essay ini, kamu kena bandingkan banyak kuantiti fizik. Jadi dalam essay, you need to mention the physical quantity that you are comparing now. So you must talk about thickness. So we have lens J is thicker than lens K. If we write J is greater than K, no marks. Because we do not know which physical quantity they are comparing. Kita tak tahu kamu sedang membanding ketebalannya ataupun panjang fokus ke ataupun size image. Jadi kamu mesti faham bila kita boleh gunakan jawapan sedemikian, bilakah kita boleh gunakan jawapan sebegitu. Dia membawa maksud tertentu. Okay, second thing. You need to compare the focal length. So, Chai Wan Luan. I agree with you. You can write the answer as your answer in the chat box. Chai, are you okay? Saya sudah menjawab soalan kamu kan? Okay, thank you. So if I ask you to compare the focal length, Sophia, image maya, image yang terbentuk di belakang cermin. Sophia, sorry, I need to apologize with you. Better don't use this kind of answer. Better don't. Itu adalah nasihat saya kepada anda lah. Sophia, thank you. Thank you for asking question. Saya harap saya sudah menjawab soalan anda. Better don't use it. Kaitkan dia dengan screen. Tak hirau image maya ke image nyata, kaitkan dia dengan screen. Terbentuk pada screen, tidak terbentuk pada screen. Itu yang paling bagus. Itu yang paling baik. nasihat cikgu, you use the best answer so that you can improve. So that you can improve your marks in exam. Saya pun doakan semua pelajar yang ikut sesi ini seperti pelajar saya yang mendapatkan beasiswa yang belajar di USA sekarang, University of Michigan, USA, sponsored by Petronas. Jadi dia dapat around 1 to 1.1 million ringgit to further his study in software engineering. Jadi that's why saya ada nasihat kepada anda, kalau jawapan itu kurang memuaskan, jangan gunalah. Kalau kurang baik, jangan guna. Okay, focal length of K, length K is longer than length J, or vice versa. Vice versa means that you can say that focal length of length J is shorter than K lah. Size of image, ini senang. Image size produced by length J is greater than length K. So if you want to use mathematical symbol here, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Then after that, we relate the size of image with the focal length. Can you relate the size of image with focal length or not? Okay. So in this case, focal length decreases, image size increases. Correct, not? Kalau kita lihat apa yang berlaku dalam Raja 9.1, panjang fokus itu pendek, size image itu besar. Jadi kita kata the focal length decreases, the image size increases. Ataupun ayat yang setara maksud dengan dia, terlalu banyak, kamu boleh kata macam ni. You can say like this: the longer the focal length, the smaller the size of image. Kamu boleh kata the shorter the focal length, the bigger the size of image. Asalkan dia ada maksud yang sama seperti inilah. Asalkan ayat kamu, jawapan kamu ada maksud itu pun sudah okey. Tak payahlah kamu belajar semua jawapan itu. Asalkan jawapan kamu adalah sama maksud dengan ayat ini. Okay, saya harap kamu faham. Last one. Relationship between power and also length of focal length. Next year, first question. Yes, you are allowed. You can answer essay item by using point form. You are allowed. Jeff, kalau terus bagi hubungan seperti perkara songsang boleh. Apakah maksud anda? Adakah maksud anda panjang fokus perkara songsang dengan size image ke? Adakah itu maksud anda? Kalau kamu tulis panjang fokus perkara songsang dengan size image, okey, itu saya setuju dengan anda. Ya, itu betul. Kalau kamu kata perkara songsang saja, jangan. Sebab kita ada dua benda yang kita kena hubung kaitkan di sini. Satu, kita hubung kaitkan size image dengan panjang fokus. Satu lagi, kita kena hubung kaitkan dengan kuasa dengan panjang fokus. Jadi, kalau kamu nak gunakan perkara songsang, kamu mesti masukkan kuantiti fisik itu. Means that you need to write in a sentence that is, the size of image is inversely proportional to focal length. Okay. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Jadi untuk yang terakhir ni, focal length increases, power of lens decreases. Or you can say, the longer the focal length, the smaller or the lower the power of lens. Or you can use inversely proportional. It's up to you. Okay. Can you follow this or not? Yes or no? Okay, respond to me. Can you follow up to this stage or not? If you have question, you are free to ask. Okay, kita pergi ke sesuatu yang lebih mencabar. Bolehkah kita pergi ke sesuatu yang lebih mencabar, ya? Sikit saja. Kita lihat ni. Expand. Why does paper burns? When it's placed below a convex lens, di bawah cahaya matahari yang terik, kenapa? Untuk ini, kalau kamu nak tulis dalam ayat, ada di antara kamu baik dalam bahasa Melayu, bahasa Inggeris, kamu akan kata, okey, sinar cahaya yang selari berasal daripada objek yang jauh. Objek yang jauh sekarang adalah matahari. Ataupun dalam bahasa Inggeris kamu tulislah, parallel light rays from distant object from the sun. Itu satu markah. Lepas tu, and what happens to them? They are focused by the lens when the light rays passing through the lens. Okay. Jadi maksudnya, parallel light rays from the distant object diwakili oleh apa? Diwakili oleh sinar tuju, sinar cahaya selari. Lepas tu fokus kita pun nampak di sini cahaya fokus. Ketiga, light rays are focused to the focal point. Kita pun nampak ada di sini focal point. Lepas tu, light energy is converted into heat energy, or the heat energy causes an increase in temperature. Okay, sekarang ini, how many marks given to you? Guys, how many marks given to you? Come on, give me a response. How many marks given to you? 4 marks, right? So you need to give me how many points? Berapakah isi yang kamu berikan kepada cikgu sekarang? 4. Jadi semuanya di situ kan? Kalau sekarang ini, saya tanyalah, ada satu soalan saya nak tanya. Kamu lebih suka jawapan di sebelah kiri ke di sebelah kanan? Mana satu kamu suka? Mana satu kamu suka? You want to use the answer on the left or on the right? Jeff, boleh tak kita gunakan jawapan di sebelah kanan? Hah? Saya bagi kamu pilihan 6. Jeff mesti ambil budak ni. Tak suka, ingatlah tu, Jeff. Okey, macam ni. Kita ada jawapan di sebelah kiri, kita ada jawapan di sebelah kanan. Betul? Okey, in physics, what do we use to represent the object is far away from the convex lens? We use parallel light rays, right? Adakah saya terjemahkan, bolehkah saya terjemahkan dia dalam apa ni? Gambar aja. Can I use a diagram to bring out my idea? I just want to share with you. Come on. Some of you say cannot and some of you say, I think can lah, boleh lah macam itu. Kalau saya ada seorang pelajar, if I am a student, I hope that the second one can be accepted. Betul tak? Gunakanlah. Gunakan. Sebab dalam gambar raja itu, kalau dalam bab 6, apa yang kita belajar? Ray diagram. Apa yang kita belajar dalam ray diagram? Object at distance, for distant object, for an object which is an infinity, what do we use to represent it? Parallel light rays, isn't it? Betul kan? Jadi cukuplah. Then, second one. Boleh tak? Kita lihat ini, dia fokus. Dia fokus lah. Fokus ke mana? Kamu sudah tulis focal point. Sudah tulis. Jadi, gambar raja itu menolong kamu ke tidak? Jika kamu tak boleh tulis ayat. If you cannot present your ideas by using sentences, you just draw lah. You just draw it. Lukislah gambar raja kamu. Bawalah idea kamu. Asalkan idea itu keluar. Tak hirau dia dalam sentences kah? Ataupun diagram kah? Itu juga merupakan idea kamu kan? Betul? Is it right? So, draw your diagram. Indra, you get certain marks. Untuk macam point number 4, cannot lah. For point number 4, you cannot get it. Because we cannot draw a diagram. Okay? Jeff, lihat keadaan, Jeff. Saya faham maksud kamu. Kamu nak meringkaskan. Dia kadang-kadang lihat keadaan lah, Jeff. Dalam kes ini, kalau soalan ini keluar dalam struktur, lukislah dalam struktur. Faham maksud saya kan? Kalau dia dalam esei, lukislah dalam esei. Sekarang ini saya fokus on esei. Kenapa? I focus on essay because full marks for 2 essays is 40 marks. Untuk kertas 1, for the whole paper 1, full marks is 40. if I can answer two essay questions, I can get 40 marks. An essay in section B is easier than objective question. Kenapa? Kenapa essay dalam bahagian B lebih senang daripada objektif? Kerana essay dalam bahagian B, kamu ada dua pilihan saja. Contohnya dari jisim. Jisim, kamu ada pilihan besar dan kecil saja. Mesin rumput itu ada jisim yang besar dan kecil. Kamu ada dua pilihan. If we study additional max, kita kira probability. Kita kira kebarangkalian. Essay lagi senang sebab dua saja jawapan, sama dua pilihan, sama ada jisim besar, jisim rendah. Jadi kamu hentam pun probability dia 0.5. Kalau kamu hentam objektif 0.25, 0.33 itu probability dia. Am I right? Because you have 3 to 4 choices in objective questions, isn't it? So that's why essay in section B is easier than paper 1. Essay is easier than objective questions. All right. So for point 1, point 2, point 3, draw your diagram. And point number 4, you need to write down the sentence there. Okay. So I hope that you learned something new today. Means that you can use point form, you can use point form, you can use table, you can use diagram, or even you can answer in paragraph. Which one do you want to use, guys? First, which one do you want to use in exam now? Let's say sekarang ini kamu masuk peperiksaan, Dewan Peperiksaan Sekolah, dalam peperiksaan sekolah. Kamu nak guna mana satu? Jangan diagram saja. Kadang-kadang diagram tak cukup tak cukup ya. Kalau boleh kamu gunakan untuk yang sesuai lah. Yes, both. Bagus. Ini setidaknya pandai. Both. Dia kata dia gunakan diagram dan jadual. Bagus. Bagi saya, kamu gunalah raja, gunalah point form, gunalah jadual. Ikut situasi. You just use it. Is that okay? You just use it. You can use diagram, point form, or table. Ikut mana yang kamu suka. Jadi bagi saya biarkan pelajar yang buat pilihan. Okay? Buat pilihan. Mana satu yang sesuai untuk anda, gunakan cara itu. So, we go to the next question. Ini mencabar sikit. Minta maaf, dia mencabar sikit. You have two lenses now. Yeah, you have two lenses. So, P and Q. Focal length for P is 40 cm. Focal length of Q is 5 cm. Okay, you are asked to use these two lenses here to build a simple astronomical telescope. So, ada seorang pelajar E dia tanya, if my explanation is correct, but then the diagram is wrong, will the marks be deducted? It depends on situation. Adakah jawapan kamu kontradik dengan penerangan kamu ke tidak? Sebagai contoh, second point, the light rays are focused by the lens. It pass through the lens. Kalau kamu lukis macam ni, lepas tu cahaya itu kamu lukis mencapar. Itu maksudnya kontradik. Itu salah. Itu maksudnya salah. Itu tak boleh. Asalkan apa yang kamu lukis itu tak kontradik. It's okay. Apa yang kamu lukis itu walaupun salah tetapi tidak kontradik dengan apa yang kamu tulis, then you are okay. Mr. E ataupun Miss E, am I answering your question? Adakah saya sudah jawab soalan kamu? Okay, thank you E. Okay. Jadi pastikan apa yang kamu lukis itu tidak kontradik dengan apa yang kamu tulis. You need to make sure that your diagram is not contradict with the point that you have stated in your answer. Okay, next. For this case here, what are you going to do, guys? Using two lenses, explain. You need to explain. So you need to give how many points here? You need to give how many points here, guys? How many points that you need to give there? 6, right? Are you going to write it point by point? Or you have other idea to answer this question? Do you have other idea to answer this question, guys? I saw someone which is different from the others. Francis Lau kata draw diagram. Shaman kata diagram plus point. Oh, makin pandai. Shaman, Tanya, diagram plus point is the best. Lepas tu Fasha kata pun bagus. Shash, Miza. Okay. Sekarang ini saya nampak kamu semakin maju dari itu. Semakin maju dari itu. Sangat baik. Jadi kita mungkin gunakan penjelasan macam ni. Okay, we talk about the telescope first. What are the characteristics of telescope? Untuk jawab soalan ini, kita mesti tahu ciri-ciri teleskop. What are the characteristics of a telescope? Number 1, focal length of objective lens is longer than focal length of eyepiece. That's number 1. Correct, right? And then the distance between them, the distance between these two lenses is equal to FO plus FE. In other words, the distance between them must be 45 cm. Must be 45 cm. Okay, so which one can be used as the objective lens? P. Because FP is longer than FQ. Correct? Then the distance between them must be 45 cm. So we talk about the first point like this. Okay, we give the first point like this. Lens P is the objective lens, and lens Q is the eyepiece lens. Because P has longer length, we use a convex lens with longer focal length as objective lens. The distance between them, between eyepiece and objective lens, equals to 45 degrees. So you get 2 points there. You have 2 points there. Third point, parallel light rays come from distant object at infinity. And then point number 4, the light rays are focused on the focal point of the objective lens. Ataupun kamu kata the light rays are focused on the focal point of the eyepiece. Kenapa kita kata macam tu? Kita akan lihat daraja dia. The light rays entering the eyepiece travel in parallel. The final image form is virtual, inverted, and also magnified. So we have how many points here? We have 6 points here, right? Kita ada 6 isi di sini. Okay, ada 6 isi di sini. Baik. Kalau saya tak mau gunakan isi, apa saya boleh buat? Saya buat begini. Do we label objective lens P, eyepiece lens Q? So, can we consider this one as first point? Next. Distance between them, 45 cm. Can we consider that is second point? Do we have parallel light rays? Do we have parallel light rays? Do we have image formed at FO, focal point of objective lens? Do we have image formed at focal point of the eyepiece? Do we have reflected rays which are parallel? Yes, right. So the final one is here. I write down the final image of the characteristics of the final image here. So what do you think? What do you think here, guys? I'm going to get how many marks here? Oh, you are going to get how many marks here? Okay. Some of you are saying that 4, 5, 4, and 10. Not yet 10. We have 6 points here. We have 6 points, right? First point, T objective lens, Q eyepiece. L equals to 45 cm. The distance between them is 45 cm. We have parallel light rays from the distant object. Light rays focus at focal point of objective lens. Light rays entering eyepiece travel in parallel. Adakah kita boleh tunjukkan 5 perkara ini dengan raja? Ya ke tidak? Adakah kita boleh tunjukkan 5 perkara itu dalam raja? Boleh ke tak? Boleh tak? Okey. Lepas tu, saya tidak tulis ayat yang akhir, tetapi saya tulis di sini. Saya tulis di sini. I say virtual inverted magnified image at infinity. So that one can be considered as point number 6 or not. Jadi, I have how many points here, guys? So my question is, I have how many points in this diagram here? I have how many points? I have 6 points, right? I have 6 points here. Jadi saya ada 6. 6 isi di sini. Have a look on the incident rays. Have a look on the incident rays. We have how many incident rays? 3, right? We have 3 incident rays. 1, 2, 3. And then we have reflected rays 4, 5, 6, 7. Guys, choose the most important incident rays to complete the ray diagram of telescope. Come on. Pilih sinar 7 yang paling penting untuk melengkapkan gambar raja sinar ini. Ataupun ketiga-tiga itu. Ataupun kamu ada pilihan. I'm waiting for your response. Sila pilih sinar 7 yang paling penting sekarang. Pilih sinar 7. Dan second question. Pilih sinar biasanya paling penting untuk melengkapkan gambar raja sinar ini. I give you choices. Choose the most important incident rays. Choose the most important reflected rays. Incident ray yang paling penting 1 dan 2. Reflected rays yang paling penting 6 dan 7. Kenapa saya kata macam itu? For incident ray number 1 and number 2 are the most important thing. For reflected rays 6 and 7, they are the reference for us to get the final image at infinity. Alright. So, you see there is a box below the diagram. So we have high order thinking skill here. You are asked to identify the most important incident rays and reflected rays here. For the most important incident rays here are 1 and 2. The most important reflected rays are 6 and 7. Why do I say so? We learn this in our textbook. Kalau kita belajar dari textbook, semua ini ada. For the first situation, kita nampak ini. First situation, light ray that passes through optical center travel in a straight line without bending. Second one, jika sinar cahaya itu selari dengan paksi utama, dia dibiaskan melalui titik fokus. Lepas itu ketiga, sinar cahaya yang ketiga itu, we have 3 spatial rays here. First, second, and third. Sebenarnya, for the second spatial ray and the third spatial ray here, they are opposite with each other. Betul kah? Are they opposite with each other? Ya ke tidak? Ya ke tidak? Sepatutnya dia adalah perlawanan saja. Yang paling penting kamu ingat parallel focal point, parallel focal point. Satu lagi, optical center without bending. Optical center without diffraction. Okey, jadi sekarang ini, kamu lihat. Saya lukis. Jadi ini yang satu itu paling penting sebab dia diajar dalam buku teks. Dia merupakan sesuatu konsep yang kita mesti tahu. The first incident ray is passing through the optical center without bending. So the second incident ray is passing through F. And then what happens to it? Reflected parallel to the principal axis. So you get image already. Yang ketiga, incident ray yang ketiga ini cumalah hiasan dia. Dia ikut sinar 7, 1 dan 2. Betul ke tak? Ada apa-apa yang kita boleh ikut ke? Kalau ikut apa teori yang kita belajar tadi, first, second, third spatial rays, kita tak gunakan mana-mana satu situasi untuk third incident ray ini. Cuma dia menjadi apa tu? Hiasan sekarang supaya melengkapkan supaya dia cantik. Lepas tu, image. Draw the image. Lepas tu, apa yang penting? Reflected ray ini, reflected ray ini. Reflected ray yang ini melalui FE ini. Because when the light rays is parallel to the principal axis, then is reflected passing through F. Then continue with this dotted line. Continue with this dotted line. And because both of them cannot intersect, that's why you need to extrapolate them backward. When we extrapolate them backward, they cannot intersect with each other. It means that the image is virtual and it is formed at infinity. Jadi, sinar biasan ke-8, sinar biasan yang ke-9, reflected rays 8 and 9 just follow the direction of reflected ray number 5. And then, because they are parallel with each other, they cannot intersect with each other, extend them backward. This way, we form the image at infinity. And the final image here is virtual, inverted, and magnified. Jadi, untuk melukis satu gambar raja sinar untuk teleskop, ada tak kemahiran? Kemahiran dia di mana? Kemahiran ada di sini. Dua sinar tuju yang utama, dua sinar biasan yang utama. Paham kan? Paham ke tidak? Yang lain adalah ikut saja. Yang lain kamu ikut saja. Can you follow on it? Ini perlukan pemahaman yang tinggi lah. Sorry ya. Jadi kamu boleh jawab dengan kabar raja. Tetapi kamu mesti tahu di manakah sinar tuju yang paling penting dan sinar biasanya paling penting. Okay ya? Alright. Okay. We go to the second part of it. Okay, second part of it. Suggest modification that we need to do on this telescope so that we can produce brighter image, clearer image, and also bigger image. So we need to use eyepiece with high power or shorter focal length, or you need to use a low power objective lens with longer focal length. Kenapa? Kalau saya tulis macam ni, use an eyepiece with shorter focal length. Use a objective lens. Use an objective lens with focal length. Okay, ini betul. Kenapa? Because magnification of telescope equals to FO over FE. If FO is longer, then what happens to the magnification of the image? Magnification produced is larger, right? And based on the same formula also, M equals to FO over FE. If FE is shorter, then what happens to M? M is larger. So the image produced is larger, correct? So because magnification is inversely proportional to the focal length of eyepiece. As you see from this equation, M equals to FO over FE. Jadi M itu inversely proportional to FE. Ataupun kamu kata magnification is directly proportional to focal length of the objective lens. Macam tu. Then next, the diameter of the objective lens must be big. It must be big, right? So that you can collect more light. So that more light entering the telescope, so that we can see a brighter image. So that we can see a brighter image. This is how are you going to score 10 marks here. Any question? Please respond. Do you have any question here? All right. Based on the question above, I want to say like this. You can use diagram to present your idea. Okay, you can use diagram to present your idea. You can use point form, paragraph, or table to present your idea. And then for question number 11 in section C, you must answer this question no matter it's easy or difficult, right? So this question will affect your grade. Sebab dia akhirnya dia akan mempengaruhi macam tadi Dia minta Anda lukis gambar raja sinar untuk teleskop. Kalau kamu tak boleh lukis, boleh tak kamu tulis? Kalau kamu tak boleh tulis, kamu tak boleh lukis, maka kamu akan ketinggalan 5-6 markah berbanding dengan orang lain. Jadi sayanglah. Mungkin beza dia adalah 1 grade. Kalau mereka keluarkan, kalaulah cikgu sekolah keluarkan soalan light and optic dalam bahagian C ataupun structure item, do you have any choices? Structure item and essay item in section C, you don't have any choices. Susah ke senang kamu kena belajar. Orang yang hebat, dia akan cari kelemahan diri. Dia improve kelemahan diri itu. Orang yang lemah sentiasa lari daripada kelemahan dia. Jadi, kamu nak jadi orang yang hebat ataupun orang yang lemah? Kamu ada pilihan. Tapi, di sekolah saya akan cari kesalahan mereka. Saya akan sentiasa gunakan soalan yang macam ini. Kalau saya tahu mereka lemah dalam light and optic, maka soalan macam ini sentiasa saya akan drill dengan mereka. Jadi, harap kamu dapat ulang kaji bab-bab yang macam ni ya. Contohnya light and optic, electronics sebelum peperiksaan kamu. Untuk SPM question untuk section C ini terlalu banyak soalan. Yang boleh kita tanya dalam bahagian C. Contohnya satu adalah light and optic. Another one can be wave, heat also. Another one heat also. Sometimes this one also is treatable, gravitation. The 3rd chapter in Form 4, gravitation also. Ya, Indra, maksudnya kamu mesti ulang kaji bahagian yang kamu lemah. Kalau tidak, agak sukar. Dan satu lagi yang saya nak beritahu Anda. We have focal length for convex lens. We have focal length for concave mirror also. Biasanya pelajar itu akan mix up benda ini. Dia akan mix up macam ni. Jadi untuk convex lens, focal length is the distance between the focal point and optical center of the lens. Untuk concave mirror, distance between the focal point and pole of mirror, itu P. Biasanya mereka akan campur adukkan dua definisi ini. Okey? Jadi saya baca soalan dulu Indra. Jadi maksudnya kami patut ulang kaji tentang bab yang kami lemah. Ya, saya setuju dengan Anda. That's why my students yang tadi saya tunjukkan, yang dapat belasan markah, 20 lebih markah, 30 lebih markah, fail dalam Form 4, fail dalam Form 5, dia masih dapat A+ dan A menjadi doktor, menjadi engineer kerana mereka memang buat ulang kaji terhadap bab yang mereka lemah. Sebab kadang-kadang bila soalan itu keluar struktur ataupun esei bahagian C, kamu tak ada pilihan. Kamu mesti jawab soalan itu. Betul tak, Indra? Soalan struktur wajib. Soalan esei dalam bahagian C wajib. It's compulsory. So you don't have any choices. Yeah, okay. So Sean, so the question will be randomly. Yes. Untuk soalan bahagian C ini, randomly pick. They can ask about modification of a transformer, modification of a motor, modification of a generator, AC generator, DC generator, ataupun design a transistor circuit, design an electrical circuit so that the aircon is turned on automatically when the room temperature is high, when the surrounding is hot. Jadi itu boleh keluar dalam bahagian C. Semua itu. Tak hilau electromagnetism, kan? Electronics, kan? Apa-apa bab saja, dia ada bahagian yang boleh disetkan. I can ask you about modifications of refrigerator. I give you a diagram of refrigerator, and I want to cool down the drinks or vegetables in a short time interval and save costs. So what are the modifications that you need to be done here? Dia random. Car radiator. So the fan of the car radiator must be big or small. Think about it. It must be big or small. Macam tu. I can ask you to modify the car radiator also. Jadi terlalu banyak untuk bahagian C ini, terlalu banyak modifikasi itu. Jadi semua itu dia mungkin. Betul? Jadi mungkin saya tak discuss question ini, tetapi boleh tak kita apa ni kita pergi ke satu slide yang saya rasa dia penting. Boleh kan? Kita pergi ke slide ini. Okey? Kita akan pergi ke slide ini Kita belajar ini, lepas itu saya henti seketika dan saya kembali kepada tokesim nanti. Third, effective learning skills. You need to compare two situations or two instruments. For example, mercury thermometer versus alcohol thermometer. Mana satu yang lebih baik? Which one is better? Kalau kita tinggal di Malaysia, kita nak ukur suhu yang 100 darjah Celsius. Kita gunakan mercury thermometer. Tetapi kalau saya ingin mengukur suhu di kutub utara, I want to measure temperature at the North Pole at negative 50 degrees Celsius. In that case, I cannot use mercury. Mercury is going to freeze at negative 39 degrees Celsius. Mercury itu akan membeku pada suhu negative 39 darjah Celsius. In that case, alcohol thermometer is better. Jadi bila kita belajar dari buku, tak kira buku rujukan ke, buku apa-apa. Jadi kamu mesti faham kita kena ikut jawab situasi yang menentukan jawapan itu. Jangan bias dulu. Jangan kerana buku itu dia cakap mercury thermometer, dia banyak informasi, maklumat tentang mercury thermometer. Oh, mercury thermometer is better. Oh, the other one must be lousy. Not like this. In physics, you need to compare two situations. And then you need to use KBAT, high order thinking skill, to answer this kind of question. Mirror periscope and also prism periscope. Which one is better? Come on, guys. Ini kamu buat pilihan ataupun anda kata both are good. Mana pilihan kamu? Mirror periscope is better or prism periscope is better? Come on. Guys, which one is better? Come on. Yes, you are right. Prism is good because it produces total internal reflection. So the image is brighter. So in this case, prism periscope is better. Then constructive interference versus destructive interference. Which one is better? Which one is better? Both are good. Both are good. Yes, you are right. Constructive interference is used in a concert hall to fix the chairs. We want to fix the chairs at knot. Okay, anti-knot. Interference pembina digunakan dalam satu concert hall. Kerana kita kena letakkan kerusi itu pada titik anti-knot, di mana interference pembina berlaku. So resultant amplitude is high. Then we can hear the loud sound there. Destructive interference is applied in the cabin of flight, so that the resultant amplitude is low, so that the sound in the cabin is soft. Jadi itu bergantung pada keadaan. How about damping versus resonance? Which one is better? Which one is better? Come on, we learn about damping and resonance. So what is your choice now? Mana satu lebih bagus? Buat pilihan anda, tak apa. Kita belajar daripada pengalaman. Okay. Kalau macam tu, kita lihat satu situasi. Do you know what is this? Absorber. Kereta kita mesti ada absorber. Kalau kereta kita melalui satu bumper, satu lubang yang tidak rata. Bumper ini, kalau dia bergetar, it vibrates. We want it to stop. So what do we want now? We want damping to occur. So finally, the observer stop vibrating. Kalau dia melalui satu lubang ataupun bumper, dia terus vibrate sampai rumah, apa dia jadi kepada kita? Jadi kita ada kasih lah nanti. Betul ke tak? Dia vibrate sampai rumah, baru dia henti. Siaplah. So, in this case, we apply both damping and also resonance in our daily life. Kenapa damping itu kadang-kadang memberikan sesuatu yang negatif pada kita? Kerana kita belajar damping, kita akan kata, amplitude decreases with time. So, energy loss to the surrounding. Jadi, itu tak bagus kalau kita lihat buku itu. But you need to think back like this. Do we apply it? So, we need to make logical judgment. Right? So that you can make the right choice and also make the right choice in evaluate an instrument or situation. Jadi, dalam fizik ini, tak ada sesuatu yang paling baik. Dia bergantung pada situasi. Kita nampak dari buku macam, oh, ini tak bagus. Rupa-rupanya, okay, dia ikut soalan. Saya minta maaf kerana technical problem yang berlaku pada awalnya. Dan pada awalnya, saya tak pasti kamu gunakan BI ataupun BM. Jadi, saya sediakan semua bahan itu dalam BI. So, I want to apologize for that. Saya ingin meminta maaf kerana kelemahan saya. Sila maafkan. Sebab pada awalnya saya memang tak tahu ada pelajar yang gunakan BM dan BI. That's why I prepare all the slides in BI. Saya minta maaf. Dan satu lagi, ataupun jika saya ada kata-kata yang silap kata, saya memohon maaf juga. So, I feel very thankful to Dr. Sim, Madam Lina, and also SISC Plus from PBD, Encik Lau Sisik. So, they make this happen. So, thank you everyone. Terima kasih semua. Kalau ada soalan, kita boleh bincang. Jadi, sekarang ini saya serahkan mic itu kembali kepada moderator kita. Moderator kita.
Hello. Thank you very much, Mr. Leong. Okay. It's been very, very helpful tips to all of the students. Okay, everyone react with a clapping hand, with a clap to Mr. Leong. Terima kasih cikgu banyak-banyak. So,
Welcome to all. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, right. Sorry for slight delay. Any more questions?
So, don't go first. Okay, so we're going to have a note-taking session. So, before that, I'd like to present a certificate of appreciation. Okay, from RIAMTEC and to Cikgu Leong for helping us with today's session of the physics class revision. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope this certificate of appreciation will be received well by you. Thank you. So, a big thank you to Cikgu Leong for your contribution to our young generation. Okay. Give up nice presentation. even during this hard time during MC or.
Thank you to Dr. Sim. Thank you, Madam, and all the students that attend today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Right?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
You're most welcome. Okay, before we go, okay, students or teachers or dear attendees, kindly scan here for your attendance certificate. Okay, once you scan it, and then you just need to fill up simple particulars. Okay, simple registration or attendance. All right, then you will be awarded an attendance certificate. Okay, students, dear attendees, and also our speaker, Mr. Leong. Okay, maybe we try to on our camera once again. Okay, for a group photo session for our lovely remembrance. If you have camera, maybe we can start to try to print screen. Okay. Hello, Francis. Hello, Giuliano, Russell, Jeff. Hello, Richard. Wow, you guys are very attentive in this session. Okay.
Thank you, Jeff. You're
Yeah.
active.
Remember to scan your QR, this QR code, okay, to obtain your certificate of attendance. Okay. Already scanned? Scan it already? Done? Yeah, you deserve the certificate, okay? Especially for those who are in the first page here, Jeff, Ling, Russell, okay? You're very supportive, okay? Okay, we are going to sum up today's session, right? So same time, 2:30 tomorrow, we will have biology revision workshop. Okay, yeah, see you soon. If you have any friends who have yet to register, okay, for this workshop, please kindly invite them, okay? Ask them to join you tomorrow, same time, same place, okay? But different link. You have to go back to your email there to obtain a new link for tomorrow's workshop. Once again, thank you very much to Dr. Sim and also Cikgu Leong, okay, Teacher Leong. Your inspiring, your very informative sharing. It is very precious for our students. Okay, thank you. Take care, students. See you again tomorrow. Goodbye.